So today's Thursday, the the 17th of February. Let's go with that. Um, and I just got back from Grease rehearsal. There's one good thing about that is that I didn't think I was gonna get home today until fucking 8 o'clock because my mother told me that I had voice at 7:30 and that I was just gonna go straight from rehearsal, which ended at 5, to the studio. So I was just gonna sit there for an hour and a half, and the people there lost the password to the Wi-Fi, so I'd literally just be sitting there, I don't know, doing homework or something. Homework. Anyway, I am so fucking sick of this show. I don't want to sound elitist because I'm about to go off on elitists in 2 minutes, but I'm sorry, I don't like Grease. Grease is a show for school that does not have a plethora of talented kids. Grease is a show for school that has a couple of good kids and then a bunch of good kids and then two or three really good kids. But there are a lot of really good kids in my school, and I don't mean I'm sorry if your school has done this too, but we shouldn't even be doing this show. There's so much out there. I would actually rather do Peter Pan, which was our other choice, but we couldn't get the rights in time to start the set. So, whatever. Not continuing the legacy of Gerard Way. Okay, but this fucking show, they're having us stand on these bleachers, which are they're sturdy, but they're not oh, let me jump up and down and fucking run around and have a party on them. No. I'm standing up there and they put 5 of us on one row, and then we had to move and we have to switch places, and I was screw this isn't working. So that we didn't all die, I moved a row down, thinking this would be a good idea. Well, the row down ended up on the top row at the end, and if I have a crippling fear of heights, they wanted me to walk downstairs once for the show that I was in over the summer, and they were these big ass stairs. This was fucking 30 feet in the air or something. I don't even know. It was really high in the air. You could hardly even see the top of the set. And this was 6 feet below it. So that was just crazy shit. And they didn't have the railings up yet. And I was I had a panic attack. I'm not even kidding. I had a panic attack and I could not walk out on that stage. The director was where's Antonia? What's going on? What's happening? And they're Antonia can't go on. She's having a panic attack. And I'm just sitting here okay, well, these definitely are not as high, but they're not as sturdy. Those were fucking the wood was that thick. The wood is this thick, and it's just, they're bleachers. They're not even stairs, they're bleachers. So it's insane. So I'm up there and I'm okay, born to hand jive, baby. And I'm oh god, this is. And then everybody's telling us to shut up, and I'm bitch, excuse me for not wanting to die. Sorry about that. I understand if we're if we were just talking about fucking bananas or some shit, I don't even know, but we were actually talking about the show and trying to figure out how to do this, and I'm just fucking sick of those people. Anyway, fucking elitists. I'm not even talking about at this point I don't even care about the people that are oh, I've been an MCR fan longer than you ever. I'm not even talking about them right now. I'm talking about people that I know in actual real life, because this isn't even funny. There's this one girl who I was oh, I'm gonna be friends with her, we're gonna get along nice, and we did at first, but and now she's fucking she just does not stop talking, and she always talks about herself, and I understand I talk about myself a lot. This is my fucking vlog, bitch. Sorry, this is my vlog, this is what I do, and I complain sometimes, but in real life I complain, but I don't control the conversation with complaints about my life. like, or if I do, it's like for like 2 or 3 minutes at most. This girl just does not fucking stop talking about herself. There's actually 2 girls. One of them who is Rizzo, who I want to punch in the face because, like, oh my god, like, Caitlin and I were listening to her sing yesterday, and we were just like, oh, 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 and just, she thinks she's like the shit, and she's just not. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I saw her acting today, and I almost threw the fuck up. But like, this other girl that I was friends with, that I'm still friends with, she literally every day she reminds us that her mom is dead. Like, her mom died, like, I don't even know how, I guess she had cancer or something. Which is, of course, that's sad, but like, when you remind me of it every day, and like, she just, like, she doesn't give a shit, she like jokes about it, and I'm like, what are you fucking doing? Like, really? Like, that is like probably one of the least like classy things you could do. That's just, no, like, you don't do that. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, my grandpa's dead. Like, no, you don't do that. That's bullshit. And like, she is a great singer. Like, I don't really like her as a person, like, because I've gotten to know her and I just don't like her. But like, she's a good singer. And she's one of the backup singers, aka extra pink ladies, for this show, and she's Rizzo's understudy too. And like, now she's acting like, oh yeah, I'm the fucking shit. Like, even though before she got a backup singer, like, she thought she didn't get a call back, and then Miss P was like, oh, I'm sorry, like, your name was supposed to be on there, you got a call back. So I'm like, okay. And then she's acting like she's like, before that she was like, oh yeah, we're just in the chorus, whatever, even if I had a big part I wouldn't even care. And like, now she's in like every fucking scene, and she's like, oh well, like, whatever, like, I have to be at every rehearsal and you don't. Like, you know what, you're like, I would go to every rehearsal if this show was actually fucking good, but like, it's not. Like, I'm sorry, like, I actually feel bad for the people that are gonna pay to see this. Like, it's in 4 weeks, and we have a week without rehearsal. Like, I don't even know what's gonna happen with our lives. Like, our school's theater is just gonna turn into a giant fucking joke. And she just, like, she does not stop talking about herself. I'm like, I will talk about it, and like, oh, I'm in Boy Scouts. Like, she's in Boy Scouts. Like, how do you even do that? Like, how is a girl in Boy Scouts? I didn't know that was allowed. Like, okay, she's in Boy Scouts. And then she's fucking talking about her boyfriend and how he's, like, she just talks all the time. And, like, I'm just sitting there like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, the first couple minutes, I will give a fuck. And then after that, I'm just like, look at all the fucks I give. And then in fucking chorus, she sits right in front of me in chorus. And, like, just, she will text me in the middle of the school day, and I'm just like, bitch, I am in class. Like, I'm not gonna text you. Like, I sit in the front in most of my classes. Like, some of them, it's just because, like, I was late the first day, and that's what happened. And then one of them, it was in alphabetical order, and then we changed, and, like, I just didn't feel like moving, so I didn't. I think one of them is because I'm just a nerd, and I like to sit in the front in classes that I like to go to. But, like, she'll just fucking text me, and I'm like, I'm in class, I'm gonna text you during my chem test. In fucking chorus. Like, we had our lessons yesterday, which is basically, like, they just take, like, the one of the entire section, so it was the alto section, and just, like, we have, like, our own little period that's not actually during our chorus class, so I missed another class, but I got excused from it. So her and this other girl are just fucking sitting in the back, like, not even listening to the chorus teacher, and then they go and fucking complain about how she doesn't know how to teach. Like, I'm sorry, like, she's not that good, but, like, you're not fucking listening to her. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't like, my drama teacher is just pissing me off, but I respect her. I'm not gonna be like, bitch, I ain't gonna listen to you. Like, no, I'm gonna respect her, and, like, when people, like, act up at rehearsal, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, I just can't deal with unprofessionality. Like, that shit I just want to kill the people. Like, when you're talking backstage, like, if you're like, I was talking backstage once, and they were like, and I was asking a question about the show, and they were like, shh, And I was like, I'm sorry, like, I want to know when I need to come on stage, like, sorry about that. Anyway, fucking this bitch. During chorus today, like, we're singing the song Exultate Justi in Domino, and it's like, it goes like, Exultate Justi in Domino. I don't think those are actually the notes, but I don't really care. But like, we were singing through it, and her and this other girl, the same girl that sat in the back with her and like fucking just made fun of the teacher the entire time and like talked and did other random as just whatever. They're just like sitting there like, oh god, we lost our place. Like, a fucking, she doesn't know how to conduct. And I'm like, no, cause like, look at me, like I'm at the right place. And like, these fucking bitches, they're like, oh yeah, we can sight read. Like, we're like, okay, you know what? Excuse me, because like I haven't been able to like. I've never gotten piano lessons. I've never done anything. I don't know how to sight read. I was never taught. I can't just, like, be like, oh, that's a G. Like, no, I can't do that. Like, I can look at it, and it'll take me a minute, and I'll be like, okay, this is in, like, G, whatever, and, like, that, but, like, I can't just be like, oh, G, oh, no, no, like, no, I can't do that. Like, sorry about that. And she's just fucking sitting there like, oh, well, it's her fault. She can't fucking conduct. She can't teach. She doesn't know how to do this. And I'm like, okay, not everything is her fault. You need to suck your shit up and like be like, okay, I screwed up. Let me try again. Like, it's a rehearsal. It's not like it's fucking the show, like the concert, and you're like, oh god, like, no. How about I just punch you in the vagina? Like, that's what I feel like right now. I just want to like just punch everybody. This is probably over 15 minutes, which means I'm gonna have to redo it and I'm so pissed right now. This isn't funny. Like really, like, just really, people, like,